Hi guys, this is Joe from Data Phantom, and today we're going to be continuing on from the last tutorial about converting a bitmap image into a vector image. Now we're going to use that today, and I'm going to show you the use of it. Remember last time we left off here. We converted the bitmap into this vector. Let's for the purpose of our presentation of or our video, let's change that background to a blue background because we want that to be the background color. Now you can also do in After Effects, but to save time, let's do it here. And looks pretty nice right there. Let's click that. Let's save that. Let's save that, and let's now we have to sorry to I haven't told you about this, but After Effects cannot import SVG files directly, so we have to export that into a PNG file. To do that is very easy. We click on File, then Export Bitmap, and then we browse our file system and we save it somewhere. Now I'm gonna save it there. Since I have the file, it's gonna replace it. So click Export. It's gonna show you a warning, replace. In your case, it will be directly. Just gonna close this, and save it, of course. Now let's open After Effects. Again, in this case, I'm using After Effects CS3. Let's click on File, New Project. In this case, that's a new project, but in your case, click on File, New Project to start with it. Now, let's import the map image into here. So we have the map image right there. Now what we're gonna do is create a new composition. You can either click here or composition, new composition, and let's call this one final comp. 1280 by 720. Okay, 5 seconds long. This is very important. We want the length of the loop to be 5 seconds, so it's not too long, not too short. It's pretty nice at 5 seconds. So click OK, and we have it right there. Now let's drop this map layer into the comp, and you see you have it there. And now let's click layer, pre-compose. I don't know if you cannot see it there, but if you click on layer, it will be the last option. Or you can also click on a PC. You can click Control Shift and plus the letter C, and you can pre-compose it. Let's call this one 3D Earth, and leave all attributes in Final Comp and open a new composition. Okay, so now we open this and let's create a new background solid, and it will be the ocean. So let's create that layer, new solid. It's right there. Now I get this pop-up window. Let's put the background a little bit lighter. Right there. Looks about right. So let's just put ocean as the name of the layer. Click OK. Let's drop it to the end, and it looks quite nice. Now this is part of the cosmetics. Let's decrease the opacity of it to like 60%. Looks pretty nice. And now you come here and you see this. Now let's apply an effect. It's called CC Sphere, and let's look it on the effects and presets. Type CC Sphere, it's right there, and you get it right there. So what it did was basically convert the Earth, the plane to the image into a basically a 3D image of the Earth. So that's what we want. And the shading, let's increase the ambient light to 100 because we want to see that completely. That's pretty nice. Now another thing is the rotation on the y-axis, remember that the Earth is tilted 23.5 degrees. So we want to compensate that 23.5 degrees, and we see that right there. Although, yeah, I believe I did it in the wrong place. It should be 23 positive, 23.5 positive. Yes, that's right. So we see it right there. I believe I did it right. Let me see. Let me test something out. Oh, sorry guys. It's 23.5 degrees in the x-axis. There we go. Sorry for that. This is live, so so it was 23.5 degrees in the x-axis. Sorry, I must have imagined that. It's on the x-axis. Yeah. Okay. So it's 23.5 degrees on the x-axis. Now let's create the background for this. It's gonna be layer, new, solid, and let's try here again. Let's call it VG as background. It doesn't matter the color. Let's move it to the end because we're gonna apply a gradient to it. And gradient. It's not called gradient. Forgot what it was called. It's layer. Sorry. Click the background layer. Just this one, and then click on effect, generate, and it's on ramp. Yeah. And let's click on radio ramp, and let's put this color to here, about right there. Looks good. And let's put the other color there. Now what we want to do is change that to a blue color, like dark blue, right there. And let's change this one into a light blue. Does that looks nice? Let's see. It looks quite nice. So we have that. That's quite nice right there. Okay. Looks quite nice. So now we wanna give it a little bit of rotation. Although one thing is that we want to rotate that. Remember, it's in 5 seconds, so we want to rotate that so it makes a complete revolution or rotation in 5 seconds. So also that's too bright, so let's decrease the opacity a bit to like 80. No, it's too dim. Let's put it to 92. Yeah, looks quite nice. So now let's go ahead and do a little bit of expressions for the X rotation. So click Alt on the keyboard, Alt, and then click on the stopwatch, and let's type this. So if you want it on 5 seconds, let's get the calculator. So I don't want to make any errors, but okay, forget about it. So it's 360 degrees 1 revolution. So 5 seconds, 360 divided by 5. It's actually 72, I believe. One got a mistake. Actually, I believe it's 72. And let's try it out. So it's 360 divided by 5. Yeah, 72. Just didn't want to make a mistake out of myself in YouTube. Everybody watching me and saying, wow, look at that guy, doesn't even know how to count. So we want this to be time, which is takes the current time, times 72. There you go. So basically at 0 second it's gonna be right there, and at 5 seconds it's gonna be all the way to the end. Oops, got an error right there. for that. Let's see what happened. And it actually didn't do anything at all. So what just happened? Let's see. 360. Okay. So what happened? Oh, keep getting this error. No idea why. But yeah, I believe it's working. Oh, I keep getting this error. Sorry for that. Guess my After Effects is kind of buggy. I don't know why. But keep getting these weird errors. But that's the way. Like, so sorry if you're getting these errors. This is live, and but that's quite nice. The time. So it actually takes the time and multiplies it by 72. So basically, it's that. Now let's create the other effect, which was the little wavy line going up there. Basically, that is basically a simple layer with a mask, right, like that. Move it around a little bit, and let's edit those edges. Oh no, that looks quite nice. So in order to do that, then you apply another effect. It's called polar coordinates, and you apply that effect to that layer, and let's put the interpolation to about 20%, and it's oops, keep getting the error. I don't know why it's going on, and keep sorry for that again. So let's click on the position of that element and increase it to, like, first of all, let's take it, the anchor point of that, and put it right in the start of that layer, and let's put the position to like 120. I get quite an idea of what's going on there. Let's put at 160. So if you see it at 100%, see it quite nice right there. So that's kind of the idea we're trying to get to that point. So let's decrease the width of it. Oops, I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely gonna find out. Let's decrease the X size to like 60%. That's too much. 80%. While there, it's quite nice. And now let's decrease the position. Let's change the position of the Earth, the 3D Earth. P to bring up the position. Let's click on 640. That's right in the middle. So we wanna to put it 370 around. It's too little. 400. And then this one is gonna be like 220. Oops, I put 2200 to 20. And then down here is gonna be like 620. Oh, sorry, that's too low. 520, still too low. 500, right there. And let's decrease the scale to 80%. That's quite about right. Yeah, and let's decrease the size of this on the x-axis to like I don't know, 60. There you go. 54. Looks quite nice. And let's increase the opacity of the earth to like to it's like 89. That's quite nice right there. Let's save this as rotating earth. Save. Oh no, that's the previous file. So now version 1.0. So that's different. Okay, so let's get into this really quick. Now let's click on the position of this. We want to offset this, and to click Alt on the keyboard and then click the stopwatch on the position, and we want to expand this. We're going to write some code in here. So basically this takes an array of two positions, X and the Y axis. So the X axis comes first and the Y axis comes second, and the Y axis is going to be fixed at 140, and this is going to be at X. So X position. So now declare X equals I have no idea, 0. Okay, let's try that out. So at X equals 0, you can see that you get that line complete all over the screen. And let's get this. So time, not t, equals time. So those are some variables. Although you can do this manually, I'm showing you how to use expressions because they're really useful. They're for pretty long projects and big projects. They're useful. So let's use this. Offset equals this comp that width. So what this means is that we want to offset this so that when we start, we don't see this line at all. And that's the offset, the width of the comp. Now let's get it. So X equals let's see, t times oh, remember that we want to do it in 5 seconds. So if you do t times, let's see, t times how long you want it to be at 5 seconds, you want it to be t times, sorry for repeating that again, t times this, sorry, offset times 2 divided by this comp, that duration. Okay, let's see that. Let's see what's done. Well, this actually, it's that at times equals 0, it's gonna be 0, but at times equals 5, it's gonna be equal to offset times 2. So at times equals 0, it's gonna be basically out of the screen. So let's test that theory, and let's see what we come up with. So let's see. Okay, it's going like that. I guess at times equals 5, it's completely out of the screen. So I have to modify that. Yeah, I forgot this times 2 makes it so that it at 2.5 seconds it's out of the screen, but we want it to be out of the screen at 5 seconds, so it looks like a complete loop. So now let's test this. Oh, of course, I forgot. Remember that I told you that we want that to be yeah, that times 2 was right there, because we want that to be off the screen at times equals 0. So it's t times offset times 2 divided by this compound duration minus offset, and that should be it. So if you go to the start of the comp, you see it there, it's not in the screen, and then you continue on, it goes out of the screen and it should loop right. So there you go, it loops right. So we have something cool going on. Yeah, looks quite nice. So you may be saying, well, this doesn't look like the one I saw in the video, but it actually does look similar. Scale, no, not scale, opacity. Want to decrease the opacity of that holy grail. I keep getting this error. 60. Now it's gonna be an 80. Yeah. Now what I also did is was create a glow behind the earth. So you can do that by, you have to click on the mask right there, and then you can create an object on it, and then you have to click Control Shift so it scales on both axes, on the X and on the Y axis, and then you can eyeball it like right there in the middle, and then you can do effects on presets and click on glow, and it's right there, and you can see the glow right there. But we also want to Gaussian blur, want to apply that. We want the blur to be before the glow, and then the blurriness, we're gonna give that to like 20. That's too little. Let's click on that to 100. That's way better, but not enough. We want big stuff. 250. That's looks better. And let's change the background fill to something else, to like get a bluer earth right there, and then let's move it to just below the 3D earth right there. It gives it a little bit more contrast. Let's increase this to like 40%, and let's see how it looks. I think it looks better. It looks quite better. I don't know, but I think it looks better. Let's also apply glow to this little wavy line right there, but you can see right there, we want to see it on top. Yeah, looks quite nice. So guess we're pretty done with this. Let's see it. It's rendering. I think we're pretty done with this. I guess we're done with this. It's been a long tutorial, right? How long has it been? Like, I don't know how many minutes, but hope not too long for you guys, so you're not bored right here. But I think it looks quite nice. It looks quite nice. So I guess we're pretty done with it. So just click save, file, save, so you don't lose your stuff that you have been working on. And I guess I see you guys next time. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and sorry for the lot of errors that I've been getting with After Effects. I guess I have to upgrade soon to a new version. This is a pretty old version, CS3. So anyways, guess I see you guys next time, and I hope you guys like this tutorial, and I see you next time with another tutorial that I have coming up soon. So keep tuned. See you next time.